Namaskaram and welcome to the third part of the Bodhidharma art stories series. In the previous video, you have seen Bodhidharma traveling to China, meeting the Buddhist monks in China, and then how it turned out, it was like beyond his expectation. So after that event, he went on to meet the emperor at that moment, and the emperor actually offered him the one of the high role in his kingdom, and then he said that I'm going to give you all this kingdom, give very important part of the kingdom. I'll build monasteries for you. Why don't you go and preach good things about me? And there's like a very interesting conversation between them in which the emperor could not understand what Bodhidharma was speaking about. He didn't even know that Bodhidharma was actually a prince himself before he became a monk. So there is one question in which the king or the emperor became very much frustrated, and he asked Bodhidharma who he was, and Bodhidharma said, I don't know. So it was that interesting. You should read more about him to understand more. I'm not going to reveal much because this conversation is quite an interesting one. If you're a seeker, you need to have this discussion between the both. So after that, Bodhidharma understood that he is not going to find the worthy disciple. He tried out with some of the other meditators as well, but with disappointment, he left the town, and then he goes to the hill, and where he finds a cave. So going inside the cave, he starts his long perennial Zazen. So he sits over there in a Zen meditation. So nobody knows where he went and everything, but one day eventually some of the people finds out that he's actually sitting inside the cave. So people become curious. So this is very interesting because how Bodhidharma was sitting was he was facing the wall, and this is one of the most important practice in Zen Buddhism. So eventually some people in the town found out that there was a very interesting Indian person of a foreign origin was sitting inside the cave. So the rumor started, and all the people started coming in and looking at him. Eventually the monks found out, and then the monks, when they came and they saw him meditating, they didn't allow other people to go inside. So the monks from the monastery were now taking care of him, and there was the attendant who used to bring the food every day for Bodhidharma to eat. But the moment he would arrive with the food from yesterday was still intact over there. So all the people were quite confused, and then some of them were very interested on what was going on here. And this is how he continued his meditation for years. And he was actually frustrated, and at the same time waiting for a true disciple who would be worthy enough to receive his teaching, the teaching that cannot be spoken or cannot be taught through the language, and that is Zen. And I'll see you in the next part of this Bodhidharma series. Namaskar.